Our weed of the week is wild 4 o'clock. You don't typically see it in fields. You usually will see it in ditches, roadsides, things like that, but sometimes it does creep out into the field.
Well, one thing that Brian gives me a hard time about is whenever I say that a weed is a nice looking weed or it's kind of pretty out there, Brian always says, "What are you talking about? It's a weed, we just need to kill this thing." But wild 4 o'clock actually does look pretty nice.
Oh,
it'll put some flowers on and a lot of people let it go, and that's really the thing. If you're going to let wild 4 o'clock go, be prepared for your neighbors to be mad, because this can be an invasive weed and it is a little tough to kill because it's a perennial. So normally what we're doing in ditches and fence lines is just using strong rates of 2,4-D, and that will knock it back. You'll still see some come back. Over a period of years, you can take it out. If you're using something like Tordon or Milestone, we seem to be dinging it up even more. I personally like the Grazon and Forefront combinations where there's 2,4-D with a Milestone or a Tordon to wipe out wild 4 o'clock for good.
Well, in corn and wheat, it's really not that difficult. You can use 2,4-D, Banvel, Clarity, a lot of things for burn down. In crop, I'd probably use something like Status in corn. In soybeans, Pursuit has some activity. Roundup is pretty good if you use high rates of Roundup, but again, it's usually a problem in roadsides and ditches.
So don't let wild 4 o'clock, our weed of the week, take control of your ground. That's it for this week's weed of the week. We'll be right back with more Ag PhD.